Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to the channel. As you may already know, I like to work on cars on this channel, and one of the things I like to do is to upgrade the radios in my cars. So if that involves making or adapting harnesses like this, or wiring up harnesses like this. So one of the tools I use often is a crimper. Now today we're going to check out the iCrimp quick change ratcheting crimper. So let's take a look at what's included. So included in the case, we have a quick guide right here. We've got the ratcheting crimper itself, an included wire stripper, and 6 jaws total. So let's go over the ones that are included. So we have our quick reference right here, our insulated crimp terminals, our Ferrules for 20 to 8 gauge wires. Right here, same thing, Ferrules, but 8 to 2 gauge wires, uninsulated terminals, and open barrel terminals. So these are all right here. They're also marked on the jaws themselves, so you can always make sure you've got the right set matched. And quick reference right here. So we've got our standard locking wire stripper right here, which will go from 22 to 10 gauge, and our ratcheting crimper right here. So as you tighten, as you crimp, it will catch. So if you need to reposition your hand, it can. And once you get all the way in, it'll auto release and reopen the jaws. If you need to open the jaws partway through, you can push on this little lever right here, push up, and it'll release. You can also adjust the tension right here with this little adjuster, but out of the box, it should be good to go. Now to change the jaws, it's easy. They're nice and secure normally, but you just push on these knobs right here. So you can just push from here, and then you just slide it out. And to put them back in, you just, same thing, push in and it'll lock. Now let's say you want to crimp an open barrel connector for uses in something like a weather pack connector right here. So we're going to use the jaws that match this. So since these are open barrel, we're going to grab 04B right here. I'm going to swap out our jaws. Pop those in. There we go. You can strip this. Don't forget to unlock it. Look at 16. There we go. Place this. Now you'll see right here, it's kind of a 2-stage thing. Pop this in here. You can crimp. This part goes on the wire. This part grabs the insulation. There we go. And that is nicely crimped. Just one shot. See, our wire is held in right here. Our insulation is crimped right here, so this is a very sturdy connection, and you can go use it. So that is our open barrel done. Very nice, very secure. Now we're done with open barrel, just pop these out. Drop them back into our storage container, and we can move on. Now, let's say you're working on an audio system. Maybe you have a subwoofer, so you got thick gauge, uninsulated terminal right here. You want to crimp that on. Let's get that done. So uninsulated is 10N right here. Let's pop these in. Pop your uninsulated terminal there. Line it up right here. And go for it. Actually, you know what? I have to recenter it a little bit. Right there. And there we have a nice, very solid connection. That is not going anywhere either. There we go. Cool. Very nice. Then same thing, when you're done, you just pop them out, put them back in the case, and you're good to go. Now, the type of connectors I use most often in my builds is butt splice connectors. Come in multiple sizes. The blues are 16 to 14 gauge, and red are 22 to 16 gauge. So these are what I use most often to make connections for harnesses, to make adapter harnesses from the head unit to the connector that goes to the car side, and anything like that. So let me show you how you use these. Now, first of all, we're going to use 03C right here. Oh, that's not the one. Good thing I checked. Here's 03C right here. We're going to prep our wire, and we'll start with the red one. Get this stripped, which these are 16 gauge wires, so pop that in here, back, good. This one is already stripped. You know what, we'll do it again. Actually comes with a cutter right here, so you could just cut that. Pop our jaws in. There we go. And now we're gonna start with the red connector, and you can actually see it's color coded. So red will just go in here. And what I do is I usually hold it without squishing it. Give the wire a little twist here. Feed it in. And crimp. There we go. Same thing on the other side, you have a little twist. We can hold this in place. Feed it in. And crimp. And there we go, we have a nice and solid connection. Very good. Now for our blue connector, it's the same process, but we'll use the blue slot. So you can line it up. Put your wire in. Crimp. Flip it around. Put the other side of the wire in. And crimp. There we go, nice and sturdy, and we're good to go. Now this jaw here, marked 125, is to be used with the similar type of butt connectors that are heat shrink. So you would crimp it in place to hold the wire, then heat it up, and it would shrink onto the insulation, and you have a nice seal. Now the last one we're going to try is the Ferrule crimper. And that is the one marked 10WF for the size I have. So I'll switch this over right here and pop this in. And you'll see this has these types of markings, so it's going to crimp the ferrule onto the wire to get a good solid connection when you go into those screw connectors. Well, actually, depending on how you hold it, you might want to switch it so that the side that is marked will face you. So there we go. This is marked 22 gauge to 8 gauge. Now we can grab our ferrule assortment. We're going to get the one that's compatible with the 16 gauge wire. This kit has a reference guide with colors. Do this little twist. Feed it in. There we go. See here, 16 is the third one. So pop this in here. You can see right here, we flatten that out. It's nice and secure. Now you can use it in the terminal as you need. And actually right here, I have an example of something you might want to use this in. This is a relay module for electronics projects. And this kind of terminal will let you pop it in here. So you could just loosen this up, feed it in right here, and tighten it down. And what this does is, instead of being a bare copper wire that gets squished in and not guaranteed the best connection, it gives you a little bit of a better connection, a little more secure in your terminals like that. So there we go. And as you can see, this will work with all sorts of sizes. We did from 22 gauge all the way up to 8 gauge, like this. And that's the iCrimp Quick Change Ratcheting Crimper. It's really easy and really quick to change the jaws. Just push a button, release it, just snap the new ones in. So it's super convenient. It gives you a lot of flexibility for your projects with the 6 different draw sets. So with this, you'd be good to go for a ton of different types of projects. I know I'll be using it in my car projects and anything else that comes up in the future. So if you want to get one of these for yourself, I'll leave links in the video description, and I want to say a big thank you to iCrimp for sending me this to review. And you'll definitely see it on the channel again very soon. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and to hype the video. It really helps me out. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, or you want to watch me work on cars, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.